2017, a new Utah team will take the field as the 11th member of the Indoor Football League.
Utah's new indoor football team promises to be more fan-driven than any pro team in history.
It's called Project Fanchise. It's the first of its kind where fans choose everything: a future GM, head coach, roster, mascot, even calling some of the plays. It will all be decided through an app by online vote.
The reason fan-controlled football was so appealing is because all fans think that they could call plays from their couch, and Fan-Controlled Football League allows them to do it.
Diehard sports fans almost instantly are like, oh, shit, never thought about that. That's freaking cool.
It is fun, it is fast, it is different.
We literally took a step back and said, hey, how do we redefine football and then sports in general for the digital age?
Project Fanchise is really going to be embarking on a journey of really incorporating fan interaction, fan engagement, and an experience in owning and operating a professional sports team.
We had a team in the IFL, Salt Lake Screaming Eagles. It was run by the fans. It was our proof of concept team.
And we turned all of it over to the fans, right? So they determined where we played, our team name, our team logo. We live streamed the coaches interview. And so we went out and negotiated kind of leases in the geographical footprint of the IFL, and then opened it up to fans, said, where should we play? And the final two were Oklahoma City and Salt Lake. And Salt Lake won, and so they ended up calling us the Salt Lake Screaming Eagles.
From there, it just kept building. At that time, we were really trying to figure out like where we're going to get our players from, and we had to find our coach. We had got Coach Liata on board, and he was a tremendous help. So we went to a few different places around the country to find these players, find our coach, and we were up and running and doing our thing. And it was so great to see that first play being ran, that first touchdown.
And the first touchdown called by fans as people are going nuts here in the Maverick Center.
To see all the fans in the stands, running out to the field.
The fans storming the field after the first Screaming Eagles touchdown. It's chaos down here, but it's wonderful.
It's just still good to be part of history, man. I can't do nothing but thank God about it.
When that happened, it was almost like a dream come true. Like, it was an unbelievable experience to really create a certain type of technology that turned actual football into a real life video game. It was one of the most amazing feelings that I've ever been a part of.
Anybody that we tell that's a football fan, it resonates, right? Like I said, it's something I think that every fan's wanted to do. Fans have always wanted to call plays. Fans have always wanted to be involved in kind of decisions that are made for their favorite teams. Right before it came to life, we just had so many people that kind of believed in us and believed in what we were trying to do.
We were able to prove that fan-controlled stuff works. We were able to drive much higher viewership and streaming. So halfway through the season, we were like, all right, we're out. And so we had a clause in our deal that there was a certain amount of money we had to pay that we could terminate. So we went to the league and they're like, no, you can't do that. And we're like, oh, we can. That's literally what the contract says. If you pay this termination fee, you can leave. And it went back and forth a bunch. They finally came back to the league and we said, basically, cover our spread, right? You pay us to stay, the other teams, so that we're not out of pocket. Sure, great. We'll play out the rest of the season, which is what we did. We come to find out that it was an owner of the team in Spokane who had been the one who'd been very nice to our face, but behind the scenes had apparently been, the one driving this. And so sure enough, Spokane's playing Salt Lake. They've got to beat us to get into the playoffs. Last week of the season, last game of the season. And it comes down to a 2nd and goal from like the 7 with 1 second left, and we're down 7. Fans call a passing play.
Towards the end zone! Touchdown! Screaming Eagles!
So fans have a decision to make. Go for 2, take the extra point. It's like the ultimate fan question, right? You're down 1 point, there's literally zeros left on the board. What do? Do you go for the tie or you go for the win? Fans chose to go for the win, scored, we won, crowd goes crazy. Thus eliminating Spokane from the playoffs. So after all that, he was the one who made us stay in the league. Bet he wished he didn't.
So it was an incredible experience, and he gave us the the confidence that fans not only wanted this level of involvement, but they could do it and, execute well. Originally we had looked at, hey, the idea would be that we take this technology and we license it to the rest of the league, right? That all of these people could see our success, see this like global investment in a team and say, look, I want to do that too. And just even a couple games in, we knew we were a round peg in a square hole. That literally our way of thinking was so diametrically different than the rest of the owners in this league that it just made sense to go do this on our own.
Like somebody pulled out of my head what I always thought this could be and built it in the arena.
That we can create new teams decoupled from geography around huge personality people.
Off rip, I'm like, yo, I want to be a part of the beast. They already got some beast of owners and a Marshawn Lynch and a Miro, and I was like, yeah, I got to be a part of that crew.
And that's the first Manziel to Gordon connect since December 21st, 2014.
Bringing in former players like Johnny and Turbo and Josh. We didn't really plan that this year. That was never part of the plan. Those things just sort of fell into our lap and was like, well, heck, let's do it.
They are building this from the ground up. That's where you're at right now with interaction in this professional football league. Like, you get to be a part of it.